Yeah, I think that it's a game that we started well, at the opposite of the last game against Orbit, with a very good positive attitude and with a positive mindset. I think even to score after 30 minutes, we could have scored earlier. That I feel like after the goal that we scored, we became a little bit casual, a little bit sloppy, a little bit easy in our thinking, in our decision making. Um, I don't think that we started well second half until the interruption, but we came back with more positive attitude and more positive decision making. It's a game as well that I feel we could have scored more goals. We had opportunities to score more, and but as well I have to congratulate the whole team, because I don't believe that TS Galaxy was threatened us, except maybe on corners on or free kicks. It's a well-deserved win, and now we have to focus on our next game on Wednesday.
Thank you, Coach. We'll go straight to members of media. We'll take just a few questions.
Coach,
we'll start immediately. Paul?
Sir, from kickoff, Coach, someone who works with this player every day, how good is it for you to see someone like Utu Shabalala turning the corner, gets a goal in the last game, provides an assist today?
It's Chabalala. He's a player with very big potential. It's true that there was sometimes that he felt disappointed by his performance, and as well by the harsh critics that came to him. But it's always tell him that that's part of a football player, and the biggest thing is to have a very strong mentality, and keeps working hard, keeps improving every day, and I'm happy that he's turning a corner, and but now we look for more consistency into his game.
Chogosis Post, Coach, congratulations on the win, 4 wins on the bounce. But something interesting, I think, if you look, not just the season, but in the last couple of seasons, I think goals have been difficult to come by. Now it's 7 goals in the last 3 games. Do you see a shift in belief in this team? What else has changed that's getting the team score? You scored 3 last week, 2 today. Do you see that shift?
I believe that it's we have a game model that we've been working on, and the ways to get inside the box, the ways to create 2v1s, the ways to overload either side of the field. I believe that the good thing is now we understand each other better. Between players, and that gives more more opportunities to score goals, and it's true that it's 7 goals in the last three games. We better keep doing what we are doing, and even score more, because I believe that we create enough opportunities even to score more.
Coach Benjamin Urenda is watching Daily News. As you have just said, you are going away on Wednesday. You'll be playing 2 games consecutively in Polokwane. How tough do you think it will be preparing games away from home?
It's a very good question, because it's gonna be 2 games in a space of 72 hours. We need first to work on our recovery until the first game on Wednesday, and as well, plan very carefully the game on Wednesday, depending of the opponent, depending of the time of recovery that we have got, and as well depending of where we're gonna play. But we know that it's gonna be difficult, but the aim is the same. We want to go there on the front foot and look for a positive result.
Yes, Coach Velile from SABC. Just on the reflection of the progress you have made this season, because now on 42 points, it's 10 more points that you got last season, with still 8 more games to go in this campaign. How will you look back in this season? Also, just on the return of Brandon Peterson, Coach Hugo did say in his last squad announcement that if he was not injured at the time, he would have been part of the squad in the last camp, and everyone is looking forward to the World Cup now.
I believe that the most important thing is the improvement that we see every day, is the belief that we try to instill in our players to believe more, to take more risk when we play, and we still have I think 8 games to go until the end of the league, and we need to do everything game by game to try to finish as high as we can. About Brandon is he's a player, he's our captain, and he's a player that gives you that confidence. He's a player that gives you the stability as well in the back. He's a player that is a leader on the field, off the field as well, and we are happy that he's back, and I hope that his performance will be good going forward.
Hi, Coach. My name is Ngari from Soweto. My question is tied to what Velile asked already about the points tally. What do you think has been the main difference, seeing that you were there last season when you were struggling to get the points, but now you have already surpassed the 40-point mark? And in a matter of 6-7 weeks, the season will be ending. There surely would be a review of how you guys have performed. What would you tell the management? Would you like to continue, for instance, in the role as the joint head coaches? Thank you.
I think that we are here to serve the club, and I believe that the consistency has been a little bit of has been lacking a little bit, because even I remember last season we could win 1 game or 2 games at maximum, but that consistency of having a run of 2, 3, 4 games was a little bit of lacking, and it's the thing that we emphasize every day at training, that we need to stay hungry every time. We need to take opportunity of every training, every exercise that we do to improve ourselves, because we are in such a big club that you can't allow yourself to relax or to feel that you have arrived. About the last part of the question, we have 8 games to go, and as a coaches, we know what we want to do, and we are here to serve the club, and we will do our best for the remaining of the games.
Too many hands, and we'll use the clock to control the end. In 3 minutes, we'll start there.
Coach Lorenzo Bileski, the game model that you speak of, how important has Maboe been with his consistent displays over the past 10 games or so? And secondly, you were quite incensed at the official of the tackle on Aiden. What were you telling the official after that? What should have been a red card?
I think that in every game model that you use in a football team, the midfielder is very important, and when the midfielder works well, the rest of the team follows. It's it's together to have a player that understands the game, that leads the other players technically, even mentally. He knows when to go forward. He knows when to slow down the game. He knows he's a player that is always looking to play forward. Plays like a very very few amount of pass back, and he's a player as well that has a very good delivery on set pieces. To have that kind of technical player with his experience is invaluable. and he lifts the team up. About Aiden, he's a young player, and I think that everyone forgets that it's his first season in a Premier League, and how he has accommodated himself into the league. It's unbelievable. But as well, I always tell him that there are some parts of his game that he needs to improve, and he's a wonderful kid that trains very well and listens very well.
Where's the mic?
Yeah.
Bravo. You'll be the last two questions.
Coach, congratulations on the victory. I think the last couple of results have been quite handsome for the club, and quite rightly so. You've spoken about consistency. That's the challenge that the club has faced. How do you face that? How do you fix that and face that within the next couple of weeks in regards to trying to ensure that you finish at least third or second? It's to keep pressure. It's to keep pressure on everyone at training every day, at out of training to recover well, to sleep early, to that, and then everyone pulls in the same direction. But as well, it's the message that as well is consistent at training, that we can't allow ourselves to relax. We need to be better every day. We need to concentrate on every training sessions that we do, and that's the only thing that is gonna keep us in a good space.
Time still on your side with 1 minute still.
It's Labas here from Kickoff. Coach, you've obviously come from a space of being painted with the brush of doubt, I'm sure you know about the fact that, you're referred to as the coach who arrived as a translator, and yet you've been able to tick an important box of improving this team, How have you digested that process of now, even those that were in doubt about you are beginning to realize the work that you're doing at the club?
It's I know that football is quite difficult, and social media and everything thinks that is important, that his opinion is important, but the biggest thing is the trust that we have from the club, and is the trust that we have in ourselves, and I'm gonna say, like someone said before, in the biggest club in South Africa. I was born in Burundi, a small country. What are the odds that I'll be here? Which means that I have been in very, very big spaces, and those things, they don't hurt me personally, because I know what I'm capable of. And with the trust that we have from the club, we're gonna do everything to place the team where it belongs.
We'll close with your question.
Coach, Kaizer Chiefs have now won 4 games in a row in the league for the first time in this campaign. What does that say to the job that you and your co-coach are doing? How does that also make you feel? And on top of that, would you say that the correlation to the results comes from a more consistent and steady starting lineup that you had through the last 4 games as well?
That's a good question because the consistency in the result as well comes obviously with the consistency in performances and the consistency as well in the lineup. I am the first to understand why we struggled a few weeks ago again when we had like 3 or 4 defeats in a row. It was a very unfortunate situation where we had so many injuries that you couldn't keep the same lineup for 1 or 2 games. But even today you saw that Ox is coming back as well, and Miguel and Given has played 2 consecutive games. Now the players that were injured are coming back, which creates a more competition at training. Sede is there waiting as well for his chance, and everyone is pulling. Mayo as well is back. Everyone is pulling in the same direction, and to have a better and wider choices makes the team better too.
Congratulations, coach, and members of the media. Thank you.
Thank you.